Hey guys, thanks for joining our channel. We are the Bourbon Brothers. My name is Gavin.
And I'm Jeff.
And today, Jeff, we're going to be doing something a little bit different than normal. We've got two whiskeys here, which we're going to compare face to face. Jeff, we're going to call this Whiskey Face-Off.
Yeah, so we're in year 3 now of doing this, so we wanted to, mix it up a little bit, so we're going to try the Whiskey Face-Off here. Today we have two products, David Nicholson 1843 and Yellowstone Select. These are both products that the Lecto company have a stake in, and they're also both brands that are, for lack of a better term, being reborn.
Yes.
Both were previous brands' labels, and they are being brought into the market again with the the recent bourbon craze. So we're gonna sort of juxtapose the two. Being that they're both Lecto products, I think it makes a lot of sense, and I think we'll see there's a decent bit of similarities between the bourbon in both of these.
Absolutely. From a consumer standpoint, when you go into the store, you maybe just want to buy something, one bottle, something new you haven't had before. So we want to give you as much information as possible and see, if you did have the option between A or B, which one would you walk out of the store with? Starting off with the Yellowstone Select Bourbon. This is a 93 proof whiskey. There's no age statement on the label, however, it does come with a nice little dog tag and plenty of information on the website. It is actually a blend of a 4-year and 7-year straight bourbon whiskey.
Yeah, and one other thing to throw in with the Yellowstone is there's an association with Limestone Branch Distillery, which was started in 2010 by Stephen Beam. So they do the Yellowstone as well as some other bourbons. And the David Nicholson 1843 is just a Lecto product.
Yes. Also, the last thing about the Yellowstone whiskey, it is MSRP at $49.99.
Yes.
So moving on to David Nicholson, this is a 100 proof straight bourbon whiskey, no age statement. Looking at the color between the two, there's a lot of variation. The David Nicholson is definitely much darker. So whereas the Yellowstone is a 4 to 7, we're probably thinking around a 6-year, 7-year straight bourbon whiskey for the Davidson. So a little bit older, a little higher proof, and whereas the Yellowstone is $49.99, this is actually $30. So a good difference in price as well. Okay, well, Jeff, let's take a taste. This is the Yellowstone 4-year, 7-year blend, 93 proof.
We did some nuttiness right off the front of the nose there.
There's a shallow sweetness on the nose as well. Some dried fruits.
Yeah, like a shallow sweetness. It's almost like maybe 4 years didn't pick up enough of that barrel sweetness, maybe. But definitely some fruit as well. Some cherry.
Absolutely. Okay, Jeff, let's take a taste. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's fairly sharp at the front of the palate.
Yeah, there's a little bit of sharpness. And that's, I think, relative to the age.
Sure.
Still nuttiness, almost like peanut butter.
Yeah.
Fairly large flavor.
Yeah, it's very peanut nutty. A little bit of sweetness in the form of caramel, brown sugar, but some orange peel as well. Some of that fruitness from the nose transitions onto the palate in the form of like orange peel, maybe even some raisins, dried fruits.
Yeah, definitely one of the more fruity bourbons probably that I've had. And, I don't know if that's yeast or age or what exactly is giving you that flavor, but it's a little bit of a change and good.
Yeah, it's a quick to medium finish, just a subtle bit of oak on the end there to bring everything together. It's a nice bourbon.
Yeah.
All right, we will move to the David Nicholson. Again, this is no age statement, 100 proof whiskey. Jeff, first thing I'm noticing between the two, this is way sweeter on the nose.
Yeah, a lot more sweetness with the Nicholson here. Also getting even a bigger amount of nuttiness, peanut.
Yeah, it's not only obviously older because of the color, but it's definitely stronger. The flavors are easier to detect. Lots of brown sugars, sugar cube. Definitely more stronger, bolder flavors.
Dare I say more mature.
Sure, it's a good way to put it. Yeah, it smells very nice. Let's take a taste. Cheers.
Cheers.
You know, Jeff, not any more sharper. Higher proof, bolder flavors, which is nice. Both of these whiskeys are very smooth.
Yeah. For me, a lot of nut. Like I said, a lot of sweetness on the tongue is, transition from the nose.
Not as fruity as a Yellowstone.
Yeah.
It's kind of sticking in the parameters of the barrel notes. You know, heavy vanilla, heavy caramel, sugar notes, and a little bit more oak. A little more of that spice.
Yeah, you do get, so you can tell it's a little bit older. No age statement, but just from the notes you get, it seems like it has a little more maturity to it.
Yeah, surely some baking spices, cinnamon, a little bit of clove, but definitely a lot of black pepper.
Yeah, there's a nice spice to it, especially sort of mid palate to finish.
Sure. The speaking of the finish, it is fairly longer, medium in length. Mouthfeel is a little chewy, which is nice. It's that extra proof really bumps it up a little bit.
Yeah.
In terms of rating for me. But if I had one, Jeff, what do you think?
If I were picking one of the two, I would probably go with the David Nicholson 1843. I think with the price point, I think it's a big selling point as well as higher proof, more maturity. Both are good. As far as a rating goes, Gavin, what do you think? Is an appropriate Bourbon Brothers rating for these products?
These are going to be fairly similar. I'd probably say they're opposite sides of the be good spectrum. So high B here, lower B here, but both very good whiskeys. It's hard to beat something that's $20 less and higher proof and older,
I agree.
So while everyone's different, I would probably walk out of the store with the David Nicholson.
Yeah, no, I think you're spot on with that analysis. Both good products. Also, I think they're similar bourbons. I think, which I don't know if that's a product of both being the same Luxco company. If there's some shared whiskey between the two, I don't know. But I think they're both good products.
Absolutely. Well, we hope you enjoyed this version of our Bourbon Brothers review, Whiskey Faceoff. First winner for Faceoff 1 has been David Nicholson. So keep on the lookout for both of these products, but specifically the David Nicholson. We hope you enjoyed the review. If you like our idea of Faceoff Friday, we'll try and do these every once in a while when we feel the opportunity presents itself. So we hope you enjoy. If you did, give us a like, give us a share. You can follow us both on Twitter at Bourbon Beer Reviews. Cheers.
Cheers.